Fine. So when you talk about this course, uh, now we are talking about online training. Yes, we discussed few points. What is the duration and all? The same is applicable. The second option we have as recorded class videos. If you want to complete this course on fast track, and if you have the basic knowledge or experience on EBS, the best option is you can go through these recorded class videos. We'll provide the videos from the previous batch, and you can go through in your free time, and you will provide the instance. You can practice. And other side, if you want to attend this current batch live classes, yes, you can attend. These are the two options. One is you can attend live classes. Other one is you can go through the videos. While you go through the videos, you can attend live classes also, or else you can subscribe for the live classes only. Still, if you need previous batch recorded videos, we will provide, as well as from the current batch also. We'll be sharing the each and every session video through Google Drive. You can download and you can keep with you permanently. That's how it works when you talk about the different options for this learning. And when you talk about agenda for today's session, this is what we are going to discuss. First, we'll try to understand what is the meaning of fusion applications, and we'll touch base on the point of cloud computing. We'll go through a few differences between on-premise and cloud applications, or on-premise and cloud technology related, how things will work in terms of client point of view primarily, or customer point of view, whatever you call, and what are the options are available for cloud customers, and what's new in the fusion applications. I'm not going to cover each and everything what's new in the fusion applications as a part of this agenda discussion. We'll be covering in the classes, but here I'll talk about very few important points which makes difference with compared to EBS, and what is the naming convention they change, etc. Finally, we'll go through the course curriculum, what we are going to cover as a part of this course. I'll take you through each and everything. Okay, the first point is Oracle journey. When I talk about Oracle journey, as we know, Oracle came into the market as a database company. Then they implemented applications. They are very much successful as a database company. Then they made a plan of implementing the applications. They developed applications with the version of 11i. Of course, in between some other versions also they developed. Since those all are outdated, we are not taking into consideration. So they released 11i version of EBS applications. Later, they upgraded to release 12 in terms of version. So these 11i and EBS R12 or Oracle, these all are completely Oracle products. Now, when I talk about Fusion Cloud application or Fusion, it may not be Cloud Fusion applications. What is the meaning of Oracle Fusion application? Let's focus on that. So when I talk about ERP products in the market, there are n number of ERP products. I just selected here few which are very famous in the respective areas of solution. If you talk about JD Edwards is one of the ERP products in the market. So JD Edwards is offering these solutions as a part of the ERP solution. And PeopleSoft, these are the areas like supply chain, HCM, human capital management, financials, and CBIL, customer relationship management, and there are many other areas where they have a solution. And from Oracle e-business suite, we have SCM, financials, CRM, and projects from Hyperion. Hyperion is not ERP products; it's primarily reporting. Okay, we use for reporting Hyperion financial management and planning and budgeting purpose we use. And Primavera is very famous for project portfolio management, where you can do the project scheduling. Okay, so this is how this whatever I listed here. First four are ERP products, and these two we can say some enterprise products which can be used by any enterprise for the relevant area of the solution. So when I talk about from each ERP, which area is very famous, which is a popular solution in the market. If you talk about JD Edwards, let's say like supply chain management is good from the JD Edwards. When you talk about PeopleSoft, so PeopleSoft is very famous in the market for HCM, human capital management solution, and CBIL is very famous for customer relationship management for CRM. So PeopleSoft is offering other areas of solution, but PeopleSoft is not famous for these areas. It's very famous for HCM. The same way CBIL is very famous for CRM, may not be for all other areas. The same way Oracle, from Oracle e-business suite, financials are very famous. The same way from Hyperion, yes, everything is famous, but very famous is financial reporting solution, Hyperion financial reporting. Primavera is very famous for PPM, project portfolio management, which is project scheduling solution. So this is how we have a different ERP products which are specialized in the different areas. If you take simple requirement of the client, say we have one client who is looking for these areas of solution. Client requirement is they want to implement SCM, HCM, CRM, and financial management. Now, if you look at these ERPs, which is offering the best solution for those areas, you don't find single ERP which fit for this client requirement. If you talk about supply chain management, yes, say supply chain management is good from JD Edwards. The other point is they are looking for human capital management. The human capital management is not good enough from the JD Edwards, but that is good from PeopleSoft. From PeopleSoft, HCM is good, and they need solution for CRM. Okay, CRM solution they require. CRM is good enough from the CBEL, not from PeopleSoft or JD Edwards. In the same way, they need financial management solution also, but financial management is not good from these ERPs. That is good from Oracle E-Business Suite. So if they want to implement ERP in their organization to meet these areas of the solution, there is no one ERP can deliver good quality of good system. So if they want to opt the best solution for SCM, they have to take the license from the JD Edwards. If they need solution for HCM, they have to take the license from PeopleSoft. In the same way for CRM from CBEL, for financials from Oracle. You don't see one ERP which is delivering the best service or best product for the relevant areas of the client requirement. Now the big question for the client is which is ERP is right for them, which ERP is catering the best solution for these areas. There is no ERP. Okay, for that reason what clients are doing, if their primary focus on finance, they are looking at which ERP is delivering best product for financials, EBS, Oracle EBS. So they are opting EBS, and other areas like the supply chain and HCM and CRM may not be that much primary for them. That is the reason those also they are choosing from the same product which they are choosing for their primary area of the business. So that's how just every client is just getting compromised. Otherwise, what happens is if they are going to take the subscription or license from the different products, because the areas are very much famous from the different products, it would be very much challenging for the company. Among all these applications, they have to build the integrations, they have to deploy the teams who are specialized on the different ERPs, and it would be costing more for the clients also to take the license from the different ERP vendors, and they have to get the big technical team to manage these integrations and some technical aspects. So that is the reason they are choosing any one of the ERP, and which is a very primary business area which is offered by which ERP that they are focusing, and the rest they are managing by taking the from the same ERP. So that is the reason what Oracle did is Oracle acquired many ERPs which are famous in the market. Oracle acquired JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, CBEL, Primavera, Hyperion. Not only these, there are many other ERP products and enterprise products and many technologies Oracle acquired. After acquiring all these products, Oracle built product called as Fusion Applications. Okay, how they built? From JD Edwards, which is a famous, say SCM, they take an SCM part into Fusion. From PeopleSoft, they take an HCM, Human Capital Management, which is equal to HRMS and EBS. They taken into Fusion. From CBEL, they taken CRM. From Oracle E-Business Suite, they taken financials. From Primavera, they taken the project related solution. From Hyperion, they taken all the reporting capabilities and planning and budgeting solution. So by taking the best solution from the different ERP and enterprise products, they built ultimate product called as Fusion Applications. Now, if any client is looking for ERP solution, if they opt for Fusion Applications, they are going to get best out of different ERP solutions in one product. If you take example of this client requirement, if they are going to subscribe or if they are going to take the license for Fusion Applications, they need SCM, HCM, CRM and finance. Yes, If they go with the Fusion, they are going to get SCM from JD Edwards, CRM from Siebel, from PeopleSoft, HCM from the PeopleSoft, finance solution from Oracle, which are best in the market, and but with the title of Fusion applications. So this is the meaning of Fusion applications. So this is how Oracle taken the best solution from the different ERPs and they built product called as Fusion applications. Okay, this is what we have to understand. What is the meaning of Fusion applications? If any questions from anyone to understand the same or relevant points, please. Okay. So when I talk about EBS 11A or release 12 versions, that is a completely Oracle product. But when I talk about Fusion applications, the solution is not just from Oracle product. The products whatever Oracle acquired from those products, they taken the best solutions. They built ultimate product called as Fusion applications. When you are working on the Fusion applications, you don't see the different names like the PeopleSoft, Siebel, okay, and JD Edwards, Oracle, Primavera, Hyperion. You don't see all this title. Everything you will see as a Fusion applications only. That's how they just take in the solution for any client. Any questions here, please? Now, JD Edwards is Oracle JD Edwards.
Hi, Lakshman.
Yeah, please.
Hi, Lakshman. I have a question. Is this Fusion is integrated with Primavera, or is the features are available of Primavera's features in Fusion?
Yeah, it's not like integration. Those are inbuilt. Okay, these are inbuilt. Everything, all are inbuilt only. It's not like separate integration. Those are part of Fusion now. However, in EBS, you have SCM and finance. SCM and finance and other applications are all are inbuilt integration. Those are products as a part of Oracle E-Business Suite. Those are tightly integrated as an inbuilt solution only. The same is applicable here also. For all the applications, Primavera and Hyperion, everything is inbuilt products within the Fusion application. Those are already integrated with as a part of product solution. We don't need to do anything.
So Lakshman, I have one question here.
Yeah.
So is the people's whatever the table structures which is being used by the PeopleSoft, is it the same tables, same table structures?
Yes.
Everything is, even the table names are same in Fusion?
Same. Even if you are going to use when you are working on financials in EBS, where our invoice information is getting stored, where it is getting stored in Fusion, both are same, because the solution they taken as is that table structure and the application logics, how it works, everything they taken as is into Fusion. Same.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Any other questions here, please? Okay, this is just simple point to understand what is the meaning of Fusion. The very simple summarized point is it's a Fusion is not one ERP legacy. They take in the legacy of different ERP best solutions. They build the best product called as Fusion applications. If any client is going to choose Fusion, that means for each and every their business area or solution what they require, they are going to enjoy the best solution which is available in the market through Fusion, since they taken already from the different best ERP products which are specialized areas. That's it. Now the next point is we have to understand what is the meaning of cloud computing. Okay, so cloud computing, we'll talk about more detail level with a simple example. So as a part of cloud computing, and before that, the simple point is Oracle also providing cloud computing services. Okay, so now Oracle also one of the cloud computing company, same as Amazon, Google, and many other cloud vendors in the market. Okay, Microsoft and Amazon and Google, and there are many other cloud big vendors in the market. Along with those vendors, Oracle also one of the big cloud vendor in the market. Reason is Oracle acquired some cloud computing technologies, some other cloud computing companies, the company solution completely they acquired. That's how Oracle became big cloud computing company in the market. Okay, so that's how we have. So Oracle has their own cloud computing solution. So let's talk about how this cloud computing logic works, how it is going to be useful for our clients who are going to implement Fusion applications, if they are going with the option called as cloud, how it works, how it is easy for them, what is the logic behind cloud computing. It's very simple. So in case of EBS or any other product, generally what our clients do is they buy the server infrastructure, right? Like this, they buy the physical server. So we'll get the DB and other technical team. We'll take the product license. The product will be installed in the physical server. The physical server will locate in some specific location, in the physical location. So wherever the client has a business from that different geographies or say countries, users will start working. Let's take simple example. The client has a business in India, US, and say UAE. From these three countries, say client has a business, and client taken the server, they deployed the server in the US and they installed, and applications are implemented. Now users are going to access the same server from India, US, and UAE. Now when US users are going to connect to the same server to send some request or to retrieve some data to perform any transactions, the distance wise, in terms of virtual process also, the distance wise, that is very nearest to the US users. But if any user is trying to connect to the server where the server is located in US, the user has to submit the request from India. All the ways it has to reach that server in terms of that virtual traffic where the request should go through network, and again it has to hit the server, it has to respond, and it has to send the response to the user who is connected from India or say UAE. So in all the ways the traffic and the distance would be very high, and the users will has to connect to the server from the different geographies, and server response would be little bit different compared to the user who is working from US. Say you have one user from US, one user from India. The user's experience totally would be different depending on where the server is located. So this point we know very well. Now in cloud computing, what cloud computing company do is, by using the concept called as virtualization, they'll create virtual servers with the help of physical servers. Normally what we do is always we'll try to connect to the physical servers only in case of EBS. That's how the most of the clients are using the solution. But in the virtualization, what clients will companies will do is, the cloud computing company, let's take example of Oracle now. What Oracle do is, Oracle buy the big servers. Okay, these we call as big missions. They'll buy the big physical servers. By using the servers, they'll create the virtual servers by using the virtualization concept. We have VMware. VMware we use for virtualization. By using the physical servers, they'll create the virtual servers. So say they have 10 clients. For 10 clients, they'll create 10 virtual servers, not physical servers. So these virtual servers, what they do is, their clients are located in which country, they'll keep that virtual servers available in that country data centers which are owned by that client only. Here I have that example. This is the infrastructure of that, how that virtual server looks like. So the same as physical server, there will be applications will be installed in the operating system. Everything will be held by infrastructure here, virtual infrastructure, which is created by physical servers. Okay, so by using the physical servers, we can create a number of virtual servers. This is a virtual server, how that can be partitioned. That the same point here once again addressed. So you take this example. Say Oracle has one client who is running the business in Australia, USA, and India, and they take in the subscription from Oracle. Oracle is what in cloud computing, what Oracle will do is, they'll create one virtual server for client A, and client A is trying to access the server from which countries they will identify. In those countries' data centers, they'll replicate their same virtual server in these different data centers. Now, if India user is trying to connect the virtual server, they no need to connect to the physical server. With the help of physical server, already they created a virtual server. The same virtual server they'll keep available in the nearest data centers for India user. For India user, nearest data center is what? India data center. So they'll just replicate. They'll just through virtualization. They'll keep the copy here. If India user is trying to connect to application system, that server itself will identify for this user which is the nearest data center. It will connect to the data center only. So within the data center, whatever the caching they created for the server, it would connect it to that. That's how user experience would be rich compared to physical servers. Or else, if the user is trying to connect from India, if server is in the US, the user has to connect from India to US through that networks, and there could be traffic in the network. There could be some time delay in terms of server response as a requested data. This sort of experience user will be having. Say this virtual server we have, US user is trying to connect to the same instance. In Fusion, the instance we call as pod, pod, like iPod. Here instance we call as pod. If US user is trying to connect to that instance of say pod, the instance, the URL will identify the user is trying to connect from which location to the nearest to that location, which is the nearest data center. It will route that connectivity to the nearest data center. So that is possible in the cloud computing. So that means in cloud computing, we are not trying to connect to the physical servers. We will always connect to the virtual servers. The physical server can be located in the specific physical location, but where virtual server can be residing, that can be reside in the internet. So what Oracle will do is they'll create the virtual servers. They'll keep that virtual servers to be available to nearest to client data centers. Wherever client is located in the nearest data centers, they'll keep that virtual server availability so that whenever they try to connect, immediately they'll connect through internet. That is the logic of cloud computing. So to understand this point, any questions from anyone, please? And one more point, let me talk on that. See, this virtual server will have a complete product, whatever subscribed by client. In case of cloud computing, no license we have to take, only subscription. Say we want to use financials, SCM, HCM, and these many users. On this base, we have to pay. Oracle will take care of this virtual server maintenance and everything. Even DBA part also, Oracle will support. We need just primarily functional resource, so that Oracle will take care of the server maintenance, will access the application, will implement, client will start using. For usage, client will be paying to the Oracle. That is a model which we call a subscription based usage, based on the users and products. With this combination, clients will take the subscription from Oracle. Say for example, client taking the subscription from Oracle for financials, SCM and HCM. So within this virtual server, everything would be available. Will implement, will start using. Say for example, from USA data center, we have a few users who always will connect to the financial related application only. In that case, what Oracle will do is in the cloud computing with the cloud computing, with so US users are trying to connect to this virtual server through this data center only for financials, only for financial application related access only. They will create the caching here. They'll create the cache of financials so that when US users will try to connect to finance, immediately they can connect. And if US user is trying to connect to SAM applications, first time when they are connecting, it takes time. So that means the server will understand US users need access to SCM also. That means they'll be working on SCM applications. So by understanding that from this actual virtual server which Oracle created, from that they'll create the caching here. So next time, second time onwards, US users when try to connect to this, the connectivity would be established to this data center only. Again, through this data center, they no need to establish the connectivity with the other virtual server which they created as a primary one. So based on usage in the nearest data center, the caching Oracle will create so that it would be easy for the users when they connect next time. So the server, that since the caching is created in their nearest data center, the response or whatever the request they submit, that would be very easy. They can feel they are directly connecting to the server only. They no need to worry about all the ways the request goes to server and server has to respond. The immediate action they can see from server side. That is the use of cloud computing. Okay, these are the points we have to understand how that cloud computing technology works. It's everything with the virtual server, and the virtual servers they keep available for their client in their nearest data centers. That is the reason client experience would be very much rich, and everything will be taken care by client. As a client, these guys will be using the application. Before that, as a consultant, we have to implement. So all the time DBA part will be managed by Oracle. If you want to apply any patch or if any issues, anything need to be done by DBA, always we raise a SR to Oracle. The request goes to DBA team. DBA team will come into the picture, and what are the patch we want to apply on which instance, test instance or production instance. So we have to talk to them based on our inputs. They'll apply the patch. Even some printer installation, you know very well in EBS what sort of help we take from the DBA, that help we have to take from Oracle, that too from DBA team. So this is what we have to understand the cloud, how it works. And we don't need to have a DBA within the project. Primarily, we need functional resource. If at all you are going to do any third-party integrations, we need technical consultant who knows SOA primarily, service-oriented architecture, which we use for third-party integrations. We'll discuss more detail level going forward. Any questions based on these points? Okay, virtual server, how the access can be given, how it works. Any questions from anyone, please?
Hi, Lakshman.
Yeah. Hi.
I have a question. Okay, every access will Oracle will keep, and they will do all the things related to server and anything.
Correct.
So what about the database for this?
Yeah, that also they'll manage. When we say like that virtual server, it will have a database also inside of it.
So they will manage. Then if we need to apply any data fix, if you know there may be apply a lot of data fix or some for anything, any reason. So in that case, we take the help of DBAs because that's a server.
Correct.
So in this, how will it work? So for any data,
we'll take
go to Oracle to ask them.
In case of cloud, we'll take the Oracle DBA help only. There is no other way to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any sort of DBA activity should be done by Oracle DBA only, because Oracle is not going to give any access to manage this product, the virtual server, by our DBA.
Okay.
Yeah. Done. Any other questions here, please?
Lakshman, this is Vijay.
Yeah, Vijay.
Yeah, so you mentioned that this service-oriented architecture and the integration part is done by a technical guy.
Correct.
So, do you suggest or advise any specific course for this kind of integration? Because I'm more interested in.
One second. Those points we'll discuss in the end of the session. Don't mind. It's relevant. But let's focus on what we are discussing. Yeah, those definitely we'll discuss. I'll tell you what you have to do if you want to learn technical. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. Fine. Any other questions here to understand these points, please? Any questions?
Hi, Lakshman, Venkat.
Yeah, please.
So you're saying the data centers are available in all the countries across the globe, or?
Yeah, the point is that totally depends. Okay, I'm not saying data centers are available in all the countries from Oracle. No.
Hello, Lakshman.
Can you hear me? Venkat? I think he has some issue. Fine, let me answer.
Yeah, all the new implementations are only Fusion now, or still they have an option? Customer has option.
So not all implementations are not Fusion implementations. Still, there are few clients who are opting EBS. Okay, the most of the clients are going with a cloud. That too, the most of the clients who are choosing cloud, those are small and mid-size. There are few clients who are large-size clients also subscribing the Fusion, and they are taking the different option within that. We have a different option like SaaS, PaaS, IaaS. So once we discuss, I'll answer to this question. Okay, which client is subscribing which option? Okay, who is subscribing SaaS, who is subscribing PaaS, who can subscribe IaaS? There are different options. We'll discuss on that. Maybe after 5 to 10 minutes, we'll touch that point. Yeah. Still, clients are going with the EBS because Oracle promised Oracle is going to support EBS R12 up to 2030, 11 more years. Oracle is going to support EBS. That is the reason still they are going with the EBS. Not many clients, less number of clients. I could say 50 to 60% they are going with the cloud. Rest of 30 to 40 still they are choosing EBS only. Okay, fine. So now one more point. When you talk about EBS, that is a combination of ADF page, web pages. Okay, web pages and forms. So that is the reason you cannot access all the functionality or all the application through browser. Now, when I talk about Fusion application, the complete products, all the products are built with the ADF technology. That means web pages. So any application you can access from any internet connected devices. Okay, from tablet or laptop or smartphone, from any internet connected device, you can connect to the application, you can access any functionality. It could be payables or receivables or purchasing or any application, everything you can access. Same as EBS, you don't need to install the Java plugin, etc. Not required. So in the Fusion application, you don't find any forms, completely web pages. Those are built with the technology called as ADF technology. Okay, that is the reason it's compatible with any device to access the cloud applications. Okay. Here I take in the simple, yeah.
Lakshman, sorry for interrupting. I need with respect to the previous slide.
Yeah,
so is it only the ADF is used for the developing of self-service pages in the Fusion?
Yes.
Or is there any flavor for the Fusion respect, like EBS for self-services, OAF is deployed?
Correct.
So similarly for the Fusion, so ADF is because ADF can be used for independent application development.
Yes.
Is there any like a flavor for the Fusion?
No. ADF only they used.
Okay, there won't be any extension of the similar to the OAF.
Yes.
It's a Troy. Okay. Thanks.
Because this is advanced than those technologies. That is the reason they used ADF only. Even if you want to create some custom applications, also you have to use the same technology.
Okay.
Yeah. Some custom functionality, or if you want to develop some new application.
Because the OAF and the ADF both uses the same architecture, MVC.
Yeah,
so only thing is that
advanced, right? ADF is advanced than
OAF use it as an independent, but whereas ADF you can use it for the independent application, irrespective of EBS or Fusion.
Yes.
So like a form, it's like a form developer.
Correct.
If I'm not wrong.
Yes,
okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Same, but it's web technology. That's it.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Fine. Here I'm taking a simple example to understand what are the different options available from Oracle for any client if they are going with the cloud applications. So simple example. So one client required storage space. Okay. If any client required storage space, what they have to do? They can buy some server and they can store whatever the data, files, or any application they want to install. If not that option, if they want to go with the cloud, what is the best option in the market? Anyone, please? Just our requirement is we need some storage space. We don't want to buy the server, nothing. Say our requirement is just only for 2 months. For 2 months, we may not buy the server, or it may be for 1 year. We'll do that certain analysis. Yeah, please.
It's a PaaS kind of a thing. I think we may go for the PaaS for only for the storage and the processor kind of a thing, hardware for the few months.
Yeah, correct. That simply you can say AWS. You can go. That is one of the services available. Amazon Web Services. Within that, what you would be choosing, that is again depends on other factors, right? It could be SaaS or PaaS or something else. Okay. So just we need storage space. If you need just storage space from Oracle, also you have one service. From not only from Oracle, from any company you have a solution called as IaaS. IaaS stands for Infrastructure as a Service. if we are looking for just a storage space to maintain any applications or to store the data or some files, etc., any data, it can be data or it can be software product, anything. We need storage space. In that case, we can take the service from any cloud computing company called as IaaS. IaaS, IaaS we call. IaaS stands for Infrastructure as a Service. In that case, so we can get the, sorry, somebody is unmuted. Please go on mute. If you have any question, definitely you can unmute and we can discuss. Please. So we get this server space from the cloud vendor so that we can install what are the operating system we require to use that storage space, and we can install the applications within that. If not applications, we may place the files within the hosting service which we are taking from any cloud computing company. If you want to take hosting service from Oracle, yes, you can take hosting service that you can use for any applications installation or any data storage. The same is possible from Oracle or Amazon or Google, from any company. The service we call as IaaS. IaaS means just hosting service. Okay, they'll provide the space with a certain a limit of storage. We can use however we require. You can install the operating system. Which operating system you want to install, up to us. It could be Windows or Linux. If you want to install any applications into that storage space hosting service, you can install, or else maybe you may use just to place some documentation within that, or anything, however you require, you can use it. That we call as IaaS, Infrastructure as a Service. Here, say one client required storage space. In that case, the client has to take the subscription for IaaS. IaaS is just storage space, nothing they can find in that. What are the operating system they want to install within that storage space, they can install the operating system and they can install the applications inside of it, and they can use. Otherwise, without installing the application, they may maintain some other data within that storage space and they can manage it. That's all about storage space. So other client requirement is they want to use Oracle applications. So they want to use Fusion applications, but they don't want to buy the server and they don't want to take the license for the Fusion application. Still they want to use. The requirement is they need Fusion applications access, but they don't want to buy the server. They don't want to take the license for the applications. If this is the requirement, what they can do is they can take SaaS subscription. SaaS stands for Software as a Service. S stands for software, A stands for as, A stands for A, S stands for service. Software as a service. The client requirement is they need access to software. Which software? Oracle Fusion applications. So just they want to consume. In that case, if they take SaaS service from Oracle, say let's take example of Oracle. If they take SaaS subscription from Oracle will provide virtual server. Within that, they install the operating system, and after installing, they just provide that SaaS environment by installing the Fusion applications also. That means client will get access to Fusion applications. Client no need to buy the server infrastructure, and they no need to install the applications. They no need to take the license also for the product. That we call as SaaS. SaaS means Software as a Service. The client can subscribe, client can take the SaaS subscription. So they can start using the application. The virtual server will be managed by Oracle, and license client no need to take. Just they have to take the subscription for which applications they need access and for how many users they need access. That by specifying that information, they can pay and they can use. That we call as SaaS model. When you talk about SaaS model, the disadvantage is you cannot do any customizations in the SaaS model. So your client is taking the SaaS subscription from Oracle for cloud implementation. So you are going to implement cloud financials. Your client taking the SaaS subscription from Oracle. In that case, what are the application Oracle is providing that client can use? But as per their requirement, if they want to do some customization, they cannot do. When you talk about customization, what sort of customization? Only application functionality related customization they cannot do. That means they cannot build some new functionality. If the client is required, in case of EBS on-premise, our client has their own server, we taken the license, DB installed, we are implementing, they need new form within the accounts payables. Yes, that can be done in case of EBS if it is on-premise. On-premise means our own server and all. So that can be done. But in case of cloud, if client requires some new functionality within the payables or receivables or GL, that cannot be implemented in case of SaaS. That means SaaS doesn't support any customizations, especially functionality related customizations. Say one client is using SaaS, financials and SCM or some other applications. They want to develop reports, custom reports. Yes, that is possible. Reports in the sense just to fetch the data which is available in the database, how they want to present, that's all about the report customization. Report customization doesn't disturb the standard functionality. So that is the reason Oracle allows to do the reports customizations, but not functional related customization in case of SaaS. If any client is going to use SaaS, they are allowed to integrate this application with the third-party applications. It could be inbound interface or outbound interface. That is possible in case of SaaS. Only the disadvantage is if any client is going to use Oracle Fusion Cloud applications with the model of SaaS, they cannot do any functionality related customizations. Still, they can do report customizations and third-party integrations, and basic personalizations also allowed in case of SaaS, not very advanced personalizations. So these are the points we have to understand. And the great advantage for the client is, say, today we implemented one client, tomorrow Oracle is going to come up with a new version. The clients who are using SaaS, the clients who taken the SaaS subscription from Oracle, their environments will get upgraded automatically into the latest version. Oracle is going to come up with a new version. We know in EBS what we do. We follow a very traditional process of doing the big exercise of upgrade from one version to another version. In case of Fusion, Oracle will do the auto upgrade if the client is going to use SaaS subscription. Since there are no customization, there won't be any challenges. If you send an email today to Oracle, by tomorrow your environment will be upgraded to latest version. That is possible in case of SaaS. That is a great advantage if any client is going to use SaaS subscription. In the market, more than 95% clients are using the SaaS subscription only. The reason is upgrade is easy, and most of the clients who are using SaaS, this 95%, those are small and mid-sized clients. And if any big client is going to use Fusion applications, ideally they'll go with the PaaS. The PaaS, along with the SaaS, they will get an option of building the new functionality. So when you talk about big companies, definitely every company will have the very custom process that cannot be handled with the standard application which Oracle is providing. If not in one application, other application, if not in one process, other process, definitely they have to do many customizations to handle the process and the controls or etc., whatever we call. So that is the reason if any big company is going to implement cloud applications, they opt for PaaS model. In PaaS model, functionality also can be customized. If required, we can develop new application also. That means in case of PaaS, Oracle will provision to do the new application or new functionality development. That's what they mentioned as a PaaS. It will allow to build the new applications, whereas SaaS just to consume, as it is how Oracle is giving. PaaS, what it will do is it will allow us to consume. Along with that, we can build the new functionality as per the business requirement. That means here Oracle will have a control on server and operating system, and application choice it will give to us. We can take which application required from Oracle. On top of it, you can develop new applications and you can manage. That flexibility Oracle will provide. But the disadvantage is if Oracle is going to come up with a new release, new version, it cannot be upgraded automatically, since Our team is going to do the customization, so Oracle is not going to help us on that. Whatever the practice we follow in EBS to upgrade from one version to another version, the same practice we have to implement if any client is going to use the PaaS subscription. So this is the difference we have to understand. When we talk about IaaS, infrastructure as a service, here only hosting service will get which operating system we want to install, which applications we want to use, that is up to us. The PaaS stands for platform as a service. The platform means Oracle will provide the platform to do the customizations. It will allow us to build the new applications or new functionality. That is the meaning of PaaS. Here, I given the same. 1 second. For storage, any client go with the IaaS. IaaS stands for infrastructure as a service. If any client is looking for application where they don't want to do any customizations, however Oracle is providing they want to use the application as it is, and where they are looking for auto upgrade option, then they can go with the SaaS subscription. SaaS stands for software as a service. And the third option is the client required application access plus they want to do the customizations also. Who wants to customize the application, they should go with the PaaS, platform as a service. This all will be available on the cloud base. What is the meaning of cloud we discussed? That means everything will be managed with your virtual servers. The servers will be available in the nearest data center so that user experience would be rich. So this is what we have to understand. So any questions on the same, please?
Hi, Lakshman. Shailesh.
Yeah, please.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but it's regarding this PaaS and SaaS.
Yeah.
So, cloud consultant, where do we fall in this bracket? SaaS or PaaS?
It totally depends what client is subscribing. Accordingly, we have to work in that environment. Say I'm working for one project as a finance consultant. My client taking the subscription for SaaS. I'll be working in the SaaS project. What I'll do is I'll work on the same what we do, taking the requirement, okay, application configuration, and conducting all the meetings and finalizing the solution, implementing, supporting. You are working for another client. The client taking the subscription for PaaS, so PaaS model. In your case, you do the same, but in your project for your client, there will be flexibility of doing the customizations. If any customization required, as a functional consultant, you may write some functional spec, and you'll be working with the technical team to help them to complete that custom developments, and you'll make sure that those are deployed and working fine, and will take the client approval. That would be additional task what you will be doing, which I cannot do since my client is going with the SaaS, your client is using PaaS. That's it. No difference.
Okay.
Environment is same. There won't be any single functionality difference also. Product is same, only flexibility. In case of PaaS, there will be flexibility of doing the customizations with respect to functionality, whereas it is not possible in the SaaS. But everywhere you can do the integrations. In case of SaaS or PaaS, you can do the third-party integrations. In SaaS or PaaS, you can do the reports customizations. In SaaS, you can do the basic personalizations. In PaaS, you can do very advanced personalizations by writing some programming. Also, you can personalize pages, but which is not possible in the SaaS. In the SaaS, very basic personalizations, making optional fields as a mandatory, or changing the colors and removing the fields or action buttons, etc. Those you can do. Only the difference is you can do the customizations. The benefit in case of SaaS is auto upgrade, which is not possible in the past. That's it.
Okay, I understood this, but if you said that, right? SaaS is what it is, inbuilt application. Everything is built.
Both are inbuilt.
What we are going to do with then SaaS means, as a consultant, I am asking
what you are doing.
To implement everything.
One second. What you do in EBS, the same you'll do in the Fusion. Inbuilt in the sense you no need to connect to applications. That is meaning of inbuilt. I'm saying. For each and every module you have to implement as per the client requirement. Say you are going to implement payables. You have to take the requirement accordingly. You have to complete the basic setups to start with the payables. Based on the functionality, based on the business process, you have to do the additional configuration. Then client will start using. Since AP and PO are inbuilt, there will be interface between those two applications, integration. So you have a purchase orders In PO, when you are creating invoice in the payables, that information would be available to create the invoice through matching. That's the meaning of inbuilt. We don't need to connect purchasing with AP with the GL, AP with the CF, AP with the FA. You don't need to connect. The connections already Oracle built. That only we are calling as integration, inbuilt.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Lakshman, I want to supplement with this further question.
Please.
In the SaaS, I think there is no role for the developer and the DBA, right? And for the PaaS, like PaaS and IaaS, the DBA and the developer requirement will be compared to the more.
No. DBA, even PaaS also no DBA. Only.
Okay. In the
that's all.
Yes, it's required, right? DBA.
IaaS also, they won't give DBA part to us.
Okay.
The infrastructure, see, they will give you the option to place the data inside of it, but the server maintenance will be done by Oracle only. Just they'll give you one virtual server. The virtual server maintenance will be done by Oracle DBA. But within that, what operating system?
The system
you can do. Yes.
System administration part will be taken care from the service provider.
Exactly. Admin part will be taken care by them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lakshman, this is Prima.
Yeah, please.
So in e-business, we use the key flex fields to add additional information, right?
No difference. Functionality point of view, whatever you have in EBS, the same we have. In addition to that, we have something else. We'll be discussing all those. The same concept we have.
So the SaaS model, the customizations are less, right? So how that
no customizations really respect to functionality customization. I'm talking reports you customize, integrations you can build with the third-party applications, basic personalizations you can do in the SaaS, but you cannot create new functionality, new form or new page, no forms, pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, thank you.
Yeah, fine.
Lakshman, if a customer is buying PaaS, that means he's buying SaaS and IaaS. That is one. Number two, if a customer buys PaaS, does that mean that he's buying an R12? If not, what is the difference between PaaS and conventional R12 EBS?
See, simple. I want to use R12, for example, EBS R12. What I have to do? I have to buy the server infrastructure. I am not interested. I'll talk to Oracle. I'll ask them to provide IaaS subscription. They'll provide the space. I'll ask my DBA to install that my product into that IaaS environment. We'll implement and we'll start using. That's it. Instead of buying the server, I'll take the space from Oracle. I can use that space for any application, or else I'll take Fusion license from Oracle. I'll take IaaS service from Oracle. I'll ask my DBA to install that Fusion applications into this IaaS subscription. They'll install and we'll be using as however we use our on-premise in the same way we'll be using. That is possible. Okay, what purpose you are taking the IaaS subscription, that is up to us. But if you are going to take this IaaS subscription to use Oracle, the best solutions are SaaS or PaaS as per our requirement.
So the whole point here is we are not hosting, somebody else is hosting in case of PaaS.
Yes.
So what is the what is the percentage of saving in a typical manner? You know, is it 50% saving or 10-20% saving? The whole concept is somebody else is hosting, our data is at a third party, and we don't know.
Hosting and maintenance. Okay, hosting and maintenance, they'll take care of server, and maintenance also, everything will be taken care by them. So that since as a single point contact, Oracle is going to take care of it. See, you know, when we talk about our normal implementations, our DBA should be available to do something. But here, there is no such kind of risk. If not one DBA, other DBA would be available from Oracle to help us on immediate base. So that's how things can be managed. Definitely, if you compare with on-premise solution, buying the server infrastructure, getting the technical team, network, admins, etc., DBA, and all the time maintaining that server, doing all the admin related activities. Instead of going with that, if you go with this, definitely you can save money in terms of server infrastructure. You don't need to buy, and you don't need to depend on some other data centers. If you are doing that, you don't need DB and other some technical resource who will be managing your server and the rest of the things which are related to that. That resource you don't require. That's how you can save the money. And since it's going to be cloud, definitely you can enjoy that application access and the performance of the product. Okay, definitely you can find in terms of time and in terms of money in all the aspects.
Do we have any classic three or four customers who are successfully gone live?
Many. Go to Oracle website only. You can see the big list.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, please?
Lakshman?
Yeah, please.
Is there any possibility of hybrid model, like customer may be interested with standard finance and HR, but they may need some procurement module changes like SCM side. So can they go with the SaaS and PaaS, combination of SaaS and PaaS to minimize their cost? I understood SaaS is a very cheap. I mean, pricing wise it is cheap, and PaaS will be slightly expensive.
Yeah.
So they may not be going with a full PaaS model, but still they wanted to have some custom functionality. For that, they may opt for PaaS for some modules, basically say SCM, and finance and HR as is model SaaS. Is there any hybrid model possible in this cloud technology?
Yes, the same slide I have as a next. 1 second. Yeah. Public, hybrid, and private. These are the three options we have. Okay. So the first point here, let's talk on this point. Whatever we discuss, that also we'll talk. So hybrid, private, and public. Public in the sense it's a off-site infrastructure with third-party management. Okay. So here, what happens is the public. So somebody will be just managing that everything, the third-party management. So most of the clients, whatever they are using, the public only. Okay. So where now Oracle will be managing everything. So in case of private, on-site in the sense client will be having their own infrastructure. Okay. They will be having their own infrastructure. On-site infrastructure means private. The client will have their own infrastructure with the own management, with your own management, or off-site private infrastructure with the third-party management. In case of private, okay, the client will have their own infrastructure, but still they'll be using on the cloud. They'll go with the cloud subscription, but the infrastructure and all they'll be managing. They'll have their own team. If not, if they don't want to maintain that infrastructure in their location, you can talk to the Oracle to maintain on our request. You can tell them this is the infrastructure we need, and on our request on demand, you can manage so-and-so infrastructure. Okay, that's how you can tell them. They'll maintain the infrastructure, and you can take some third-party management who will be managing. These are the different options are available. Okay, one is public, one is private. Off-site infrastructure means infrastructure will be managed by Oracle and with the third-party management. Now in our case, off-site infrastructure means we don't maintain the infrastructure. Infrastructure will be managed by Oracle. Third-party management, yes, Oracle only will manage everything. Otherwise, you can ask someone to manage the infrastructure and someone to maintain the infrastructure, someone to manage the same infrastructure related server maintenance, etc. That comes under private, where everything will be in our control, even it's cloud. Hybrid means a combination of public and private. Some part of applications we may take care of with other vendor support, and a few application maintenance we may have our own infrastructure. So that model also you can maintain, which we call as hybrid, a combination of public and private. Most of the clients are going with the public only, where they are giving. Nobody is going with the on-site infrastructure. It's all about maintaining by them. Instead of that, they are giving everything to Oracle and third-party management. That means Oracle will take care of all those infrastructure related maintenance and etc. These are the different options we have. So as you mentioned that question, so one you want to use as a SaaS and other one you want to use as a PaaS. In that case, so by default that sort of service is not available. You have to subscribe SaaS or PaaS. So that option only is available from Oracle. From the same environment for financials, SaaS subscription, for SEM, PaaS, no. So your requirement is for SEM you want to go with the PaaS subscription. For entire subscription you have to go with the PaaS only. Since you don't have any requirement of customizing financial application, don't customize. You can customize SaaS. Tomorrow if you are going to upgrade to one version to latest version, your subscription is PaaS. What Oracle do is they are not going to auto upgrade. Even your financials you are not touching, you are not doing the customization. The overall subscription is going to be PaaS. So you have to take care of the upgrades on our own by taking the help of DBA team from Oracle. So that model doesn't work within the same for one client.
So better on my understanding now, actually, so if better on the level of customization, customer has to go with either PaaS or SaaS. So that is the only option.
Yes.
I mean, you can't have a combination of both the things for different modules, right? That is the understanding, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
You can take understanding. The client wants to go with on-site means private on-site infrastructure with your own management or site management. This you may take for financials. Financials you may have some private cloud services only for finance, and for public you may take from Oracle. Again, this in this case two will be two different servers. Again, that communication will become challenging. So that sort of challenges will have. That is the reason they'll finalize whether SaaS or PaaS, and you have to opt to one. That would be the best suit for any client. That's how it works.
Yeah, I think this slide stands good for custom applications and talking to maybe cloud application that and all. It's okay. I think. Yeah. Now I understood your point, Akhil. Okay, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah, fine. Any other questions, please?
Yeah, Lakshman, you said very rightly said that 90% of the customers are going for SaaS today.
Yeah, more than 90, 95. Yes.
So conventionally, we know that there is no customer in this world who's using vanilla, and typically they go for 30-40% form personalization reports, and so much of customization is there.
When you talk about vanilla, see, vanilla, who are the vanilla clients for Oracle? Generally, small and mid-size. For the companies, most of the small and mid-size companies, whatever the product Oracle is delivering, more or less that will fit for any sort of small and mid-sized businesses. So that's the reason small and medium-sized clients are opting for SaaS, and the big clients are going with the PaaS. In terms of number, the small and mid-sized client subscriptions are very high for cloud now. PaaS, yes, there are many clients, but in front of the SaaS subscriptions, PaaS subscriptions are very less. Still, some clients have some security concerns and etc. Even Oracle is taking care of everything, disaster recovery, etc., etc. Everything they are taking care of, but still they have their own concerns. They are going still. They are for new implementations. Also, few clients are going with EBS. By looking at the point, still Oracle is going to support 11 more years EBS release 12. This is what happening in the market. Even the clients who are going with the SaaS, there could be certain challenges for them. So 100% cannot be mapped, but their assumption could be like, okay, in future the new functionality would come, there we may meet this requirement, till that time we can go with some workaround, or else these things, not that much primary activities which we do in that specific department or process, that's not an issue, and ultimately when you are going to get this benefit from this product usage, etc. That's how they take all those points into consideration. So when some client is going with the SaaS, it's not like 100% the requirements are meeting with the standard products they are going to use. Not, there will be some gap that we can suggest some workarounds and all. That's how you can manage certain things which cannot fit into the this EBS or Fusion. We'll tell them it is not possible. In that case, they'll make their own plan how to manage that. That's what you could see in case of SaaS.
Lakshman, one more thing. I'll say SaaS, a client has selected SaaS, and after 6 months, he realizes that
possible.
He needs a lot of. Can he move to PaaS?
Yes, they can switch to SaaS to PaaS. So very simple. They can upgrade to PaaS subscription. From that time onwards, they will be able to do the customization. So when they switch to PaaS, again that auto upgrade is not applicable. That's it.
So when you say PaaS, right, the application is like a licensed version here or a subscription version?
Nowhere licensed version, everywhere subscription only. Only you'll get additional provision of customization. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Is there a difference between PaaS and Release 12, Lakshman?
Which Release 12? EBS?
Say conventional R12, which say Motorola or a
One second. Not only you. No, it's not like comparing a EBS R12 with the SaaS or PaaS. So these two are same in terms of functionality in the cloud. Here you don't find any application, only storage space. So applications you'll have only in the SaaS and PaaS. Here and here the application, whatever you see, same application. Now, if you compare this both with EBS, it's a slightly different because EBS solution only they taken into Fusion. Whatever you see in the SaaS or PaaS, that is EBS solution only. But the complete solution you can see with the web-based ADF pages. You will be managing the configuration or process everything. And there are certain changes which you have to understand. Even in today's session also, I am going to walk through those few points. But complete information you can find in the classes. There is slight difference. But core solution is same.
Make the question more clear.
Yeah.
Say big customers like GE or Motorola or Cisco or Facebook or LinkedIn, they all have EBS R12 today, and they, virtually any damn thing in the world, customization. They have a technical team in on-site, technical team offshore.
Yes.
EBS. So would say same GE or Motorola who have got billions of dollar turnover, if they go for a PaaS, PaaS is advanced, everything is there in PaaS. Would that, I'm just trying to, still they have any challenges, or better they go R12 rather than PaaS, or PaaS can do everything what their R12 does. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, PaaS will do everything what they are doing now because they are going to take with this additional provision of customizations. That's the reason they can do it. And the point is when they are moving from EBS to Fusion, it's a completely re-implementation only. There is no kind of migration, upgradation is not possible from EBS to cloud. It could be SaaS or PaaS, anything you can take. So it's it will become fresh implementation. Okay. The rest is possible. Okay. Whatever they are doing there, again they have to do here also. So in Payables, they did lot many customizations in EBS R12. The client, say X, is using the product. Now they want to use Fusion. In Fusion, again, it is going to be re-implementational. Again, we have to do the setups. We have to do the data conversion from that EBS to here, since Oracle is not ready with any upgrade from EBS to Fusion. They have to do as it is. They have to treat EBS as legacy, and Fusion is the current application which they are implementing. And what are the practice we follow in EBS to move the data or to implement from based on the legacy to EBS application? The same practice we have to follow. And yes, whatever they are able to do in EBS on-premise environment, those same they want to execute and they want to manage in Fusion. Yes, they have to go with a PaaS, not SaaS.
So Lakshman, with PaaS, what level of customizations we can do?
Any customization. Any customization.
We can customize the approval workflow.
Yes, everything you can customize. Everything you can customize.
Okay, all the pages we can modify and everything.
Yes. You can do everything.
Okay. So if I have like workflow changes, so
Venkat, your voice is very low.
If you have any workflow customizations, that will be under PaaS platform, not SaaS, right?
Yes, exactly. If you again the customization means functionality related reports and all possible in SaaS. Okay, only functionality related customizations can be managed in the PaaS. Yes. Okay.
Lakshman, as we all know, among the ERP, Oracle has been among the top for decades, right? One of the top ERPs.
Yes.
And good. Now, I don't know if if you know the answer, you can let us know why they have all of a sudden brought this cloud and doing all these segmentations and a bit of
Yeah,
confusing.
I got your question. It's very simple. Okay. See, it's frankly speaking, and as we know, it's in the second position. They want to take the first position. Okay, that is the reason they did all these things. That's it.
So first position is SAP, and I don't think they can. Because I was thinking they are trying to beat Salesforce, who is a cloud champion, but SAP is.
No, yeah. You see, you don't mind. These things we'll discuss in the end of the session. For sure, we'll discuss. Even I have some information to talk on that.
Sure.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. Any other questions on this point, please? So, no questions. We'll move on. So that's all about SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. And these are the simple slide I just mentioned there. Almost we discussed all these points. So if you are dealing with on-premise, see when I talk about Oracle Fusion applications, okay, when I talk about Oracle Fusion applications, you can take the license if you want to install that product in your own server, which we call as on-premise. If you don't want to take the license, you can take the subscription so that the server and everything will be managed by Oracle. Okay, say we have Oracle Fusion applications. As a part of applications, we have different product families. Finance, we have SCM, we have procurement, we have PPM, project portfolio management, which is equal to EBS project suite. And you have CRM, we have, okay. There are many other applications, HCM, we have all these, this all falls under Fusion applications. Now we have one client A and other client B. A wants to use Oracle Fusion applications. They purchase server infrastructure. They got DBA. And they have to take the license from Oracle for required products. Okay. They have to install and they'll start. After installing, the implementation takes place. They'll start using. Okay, they'll start using the application. Organization A I'm taking, client A, purchase the server, they got the DBA, and they taken the license for this Fusion applications, there's some selected areas, and they implemented with the help of implementation team, they started using. Now we have other client called as B. They are not in interest of buying the server, getting the DBA. Simply they are taking access to Fusion applications, which application for finance and SCM and say HCM. After taking the access, they have to implement with the help of any consulting company or with the help of their internal team or anything. They have to implement. Implementation is done, they are using. Now, if you ask client A and B, which applications they are using, the client A says we are using Oracle Fusion applications. They say Oracle Fusion applications. If you ask client B says we are using Oracle Fusion cloud applications. Okay, Oracle Fusion cloud applications. B says we are using the Fusion cloud application. A says just Oracle Fusion applications. Yes. Client A is not using the Fusion application cloud applications. Oracle client A is using Oracle Fusion applications only. So client B is using cloud applications. That means cloud Oracle Fusion cloud applications means the applications which we are using with the technology called as cloud where the server and everything is managed by Oracle, that to virtual server where we take in just access, no server, no DBA, no maintenance. So that makes the difference. Simple point is the product which we are using, where it is deployed. It is deployed in our own server or it is deployed by Oracle through virtual server. That makes the difference. There you can take the decision whether you have to include cloud or not without cloud. Any question on this point, please? That's the difference between Oracle Fusion applications and Oracle Fusion Cloud applications. Functionality wise, no difference, only deployment. Yeah, please.
So the client B is SaaS and the client A is
can be SaaS or PaaS. I'm not talking about SaaS or PaaS.
Right.
They are not.
Like client B is PaaS or SaaS.
Yes, it can be anything.
Client A is IaaS or PaaS.
It may not be IaaS, own server. See,
yeah.
IaaS means again that is taking the server access, server space from some other vendor, right? He purchases server.
Right.
Or else let him take server space from the Amazon Web Services.
Okay.
It can be anything, it's their own server. That's it. We should not include IaaS also in that case. But similar to that.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, please. Any questions here, please?
Yeah, hello. I have a question.
Please.
Hello.
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So from my understanding, the Oracle Fusion application, whichever it may be, the module is a product. If it is deployed on premises with my own infrastructure, my DBA, then I call it Oracle Fusion application.
Yes.
If it is deployed on Oracle Cloud or somewhere on the cloud, then it is just Oracle Fusion Cloud deployment, right?
That's it. That's it.
But the product is the same.
Yes. Where the product is deployed, based on that, you can change the name. That's it. Product functionality remains same. So, client A and B, what they'll be using same. Okay, but the difference is A can do any sort of customizations because it's there in their own server. But here, client A has to take the license.
Yeah. Because there is no concept of IaaS, PaaS on personal server. I can do everything.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Done. Any other questions here, please?
Lakshman.
Yeah.
So if we are going to PaaS, we can do all customizations, right? So we can't call it as Oracle Fusion Cloud applications.
No. You can do customization, but you are using the cloud service or you have own server.
Cloud service.
That's it. That is the reason you are calling cloud, irrespective of SaaS or PaaS. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? If I just will wind up the session within max 10 minutes. Okay. Let me walk through a few other slides. So in case of on-premise CapEx upfront investment, you have to invest a lot to buy the server infrastructure, which is not required in case of cloud, and customer owned upgrades and patching in case of on-premise. If you are going to use Fusion applications, but you have taken the license, you install in your own servers. So the patching and all should be done by your own team. But in case of cloud, Oracle team will do that, and you may depend on some data centers, but here not required. So costly customizations to create and maintenance. In case of on-premise, it's a bit challenging. But in case of cloud, they're given simple provision of doing creating the customization and maintaining the customization related components, and annual support cost and retention of own or IT subcontract staff required here. These are all required to manage the servers. Okay, managing the own network security and access, outdated software resulting in the missed business benefits, since you have to plan for your upgrade. But in this cloud case, Oracle will do the upgrades for free of cost. No upgrades, but latest functionality, okay, via regular releases. Whenever new release Oracle will come up, you can start enjoying that. And here, standard security and access from anywhere, everywhere, everything will be taken care by Oracle only. You are not going to take any license. It's a subscription, rent a flexible service, pay as you grow. Okay, whenever you want to add 10 more users access, you can add, and if you want to implement one more module, just subscribe and implement and start using. So that's how these two are different. And here I mentioned a few points to address what's new in the Fusion application. Don't think only these, there are many which will come across throughout the course. But I mentioned few points here. In Fusion applications, we'll be working with the roles concept. In EBS, user can access to any functionality through responsibility, where within the responsibility you can find the menus. But here there is no menu concept, there is no responsibility concept in the Fusion. Any user can access to anything through roles concept. We have a different type of roles. We'll be discussing more detail level. And reporting. And you talk about reporting in the Fusion applications, Oracle is given Hyperion reporting in the GL. In EBS GL, we have FSG, financial statement generator. No more FSG in the Fusion. In the place of FSG, Oracle introduced Hyperion financial reporting. It's an inbuilt solution as a part of GL. You might have seen in case of EBS, the clients used to take the license for Hyperion reporting from vendor called as Hyperion, and they do the integrations with HFM. They do that mapping, etc. That's how the data flows from Oracle database to SBase, which is Hyperion database. From there, you can prepare the reports, but that everything they are providing as inbuilt solution in the Fusion application, you don't need to pay anything extra. If you have a subscription for GL, we can enjoy that Hyperion reporting also within the GL. And FBDA, file-based data import. This is a concept we use for data conversions, master data, transactional data. You don't need to take any technical team support. Without single technical consultant, you can complete all the data conversions. And when you talk about accounting, yes, financial point of view, there is no big difference. We have SLA and all. For the other application, SCM, when we talk about SCM applications, they introduce the cost accounting, receipt accounting, okay, PO tab and all. When you are working on P2P cycle, we'll come to know that the PO tab, how it can be defined. That's how it's slightly different. And BPM, business process management. In EBS, we have AME, approval management engine. Now it's no more. They introduce a module called as BPM, business process management. Any approvals, rules, everything you can configure within this. Security console to create the users, to create the roles and role assignments or custom roles, and everything related to administration part you can manage from the security console. This is the one which they built on IDM or OM, which we call. We'll discuss those points also. I'll be covering detail level in the actual sessions, but just simple point. This security console, it is equal to EBS system administrator responsibility. In sysadmin, what we do, we'll create responsibilities, users, assigning responsibility to users, and creating the custom menus, main menu, sub menus, etc. Request groups. The similar job you can do in the security console in the Fusion applications. And we know EBS architecture, and we'll see how this Fusion architecture is different from the EBS architecture, why those points we'll discuss. And FSM, functional setup manager. So in EBS, if you want to do AP setups from AP responsibility, we do AR setups from AR responsibility. From any setups you want to do, we have to do from respective applications responsibilities. But in the Fusion, Oracle introduced this FSM, functional setup manager. From this place, you can do any application related configuration. It's a centralized place to do any sort of configuration within the Fusion application. One place you can do any setups and you can manage everything from that place only. In the Fusion applications, first we create the project-based configuration we do. If you create the project, it allows us to move the setups from one instance to another instance. As a functional consultant, we can move the setups from one instance to another instance with the help of configuration packages. The configuration package you can create with the help of implementation project. What is the implementation project, how it works, everything we'll discuss in the classes. Just as a point which is new in the Fusion I mentioned. The social networking, yes, social networking also inbuilt functionality. If you are working for payables department, you can create the groups with other payables user within the instance only, within the application only. You can share that invoice, or you can talk about your suppliers, you can chat with them, or you can post it, and you can share with other team members. That's how you can collaborate and work, not only just creating the transactions and having some communications out of the system. The communications can be established within the system, this social networking functionality, which is inbuilt in the Fusion applications. Say, for example, you want to close AP periods, you can communicate with other team members by posting, I'm going to close the periods, or you have some issue with some supplier, you want to communicate with other team members who are working in the payables department or other departments, yes, through social networking, however you are using the Facebook. The similar social networking plugin is available within the Fusion application, which is inbuilt. RI stands for rapid implementation, which allows us to load the setups through spreadsheet process. Instead of creating the primary ledger, chart of accounts, calendars, legal entities, business units, and primary ledgers, all these setups, instead of taking the navigation, clicking on some tab, entering the data, and clicking on next, saving, etc. Instead of doing all this exercise within the application, the same data you can provide in the spreadsheet, you can submit. That's how the setups will be created, which we call as a rapid implementation. Yes, we'll be working on this. Whatever I mentioned here, everything will be working on. And the users, compared to EBS, users are slightly different. Here we classify the users as implementation users, employee users, how those are different, what points we have to understand with respect to that when you are working on implementation project. First, which user we have to create, why we have to create implementation user first, later employee user. So all points we'll discuss. And in EBS, we have multi-org structure. Similar to that in the Fusion, we call it enterprise structure. How it is similar and different. We'll discuss all those points. Okay. There are many other things we cannot list out and we cannot discuss now itself. That is the reason I mentioned few points. Now I'll just take you through course curriculum. Okay, what we are going to cover. Hardly it will take 5 minutes time. Then we'll wind up the session. 1 second. Okay, this is what we are going to cover in these classes. So primarily we'll be focusing on GL, payables, receivables, cash management, and fixed assets. They are the primary modules which we are going to focus. Along with that, we are going to work on P2P and O2C cycles. To work on this P2P and O2C, I'll be covering the basic configuration process on purchasing and product management. And along with the inventory, we have product management and the Fusion application. So we'll be working on order management, configuration, and process which are related to O2C. Okay, and we'll be working on the Fusion expense and Fusion tax, the configuration process, and the rapid implementations, so ADF and data conversions, and some other areas which you have to understand when you're working as a functional consultant. I'll take you through all this. So we'll create everything from the scratch. Okay, however, as a part of implementation, we'll create the multi-org structure and we'll do the setups. So that's how we do the implementation for any client. The same approach we are going to follow in the cloud also. I'll take you through everything from the scratch only. In the first instance, what we do when you do the implementation for a client, the same I'm going to do. I'm not going to use any existing definitions or sample data, nothing. So that's what I mentioned, the enterprise structure definition. That means we'll be doing everything from the scratch. And so that when you are working for any client, the same you can replicate. Even if you know EBS, if you don't know EBS, the same approach you will be able to implement. And rapid implementation using the spreadsheet, how rapidly you can configure the system by using the spreadsheet, I'll take you through. And data imports and exports as a part of different activities. It could be conversions or etc. I'll take you through all those. And I'll take you through third-party integrations. Just it's a process overview, what we have to understand being a functional consultant, what are the different options are available for technical people to do the integrations. What sort of basic knowledge we require to understand very high level, how the integrations can be handled in the future, that I'll take you through. The invoicing solution anyway, that is there. And how to just query the data in the cloud application, because in cloud, Oracle is not giving the flexibility of connecting the database with the third-party tools like Toad, etc. So that is not possible. If you want to query the data or if you want to analyze the data, within the Fusion, they give the provision where you can connect to the database and you can query the data and you can analyze. Those everything I'll be taking care of, and the entire course will be discussing by comparing this with the EBS. Okay, whatever we are going to do in the Fusion, how it is there in EBS, what we call, what is the difference in terms of setups, whether the same are the setups, what are the setups you do the same we are doing in the Fusion, or any additional setups we are doing, or some setups we are ignoring, bypassing as per the product solution. Everything we'll discuss. And complete course, complete discussions by comparing with EBS wherever it is applicable. And it's kind of, the training is fresh environment based, means when you are working in the fresh environment, what approach we follow, that approach I'll be adapting in this training. And with the latest version, the current version, the latest version is R13 with the latest patch application. Yes, the same we are going to use. When I talk about GL, these are the basic setups we are going to cover. These are the different concepts we are going to handle. Okay. So all these kind of revaluation, translation, consolidation, SR, CVR, reporting ledger, secondary ledger, all these, almost all the concepts we have. And the payables, these are the configuration which we are going to deliver. And these are the concepts which we are going to cover You can go through. You'll be getting the same content document and receivables configurations, and these are the receivables concepts which you are going to handle with the detailed setups and process. The same way cash management, I'll be including few more additional concepts also. I think here few are missing. Manual, automatic, again ad hoc payments where you can make the payment directly, and few other concepts which are primary within the cash management. I think I forgot to update in the sheet. There are a few more, 3-4 other concepts also there which will be covering the cash management and the fixed assets configurations and the process. These are the different concepts which will be going through in the fixed assets and the fusion expense ledger configuration, the process of invoice creation based on the expense reports with approvals, and fusion tax configuration and tax calculation, the payables or receivables, any one of the application, the procurement related configuration, the inventory and the purchasing application with approvals and with all the required setups, and finally we'll be testing the P2P cycle with the 2-way, 3-way matchings, O2C cycle, OEM configuration. Anyway, AR will be covered within the finance part. So once we complete that, we'll be working on O2C cycle. Everything what we are discussing will be doing in our own environment. We are not going to take any sample data or sample setups which are exist in the system. We'll do everything based on what setups we are going to do. That's it. That's how we do in implementation. We know that. The FSM where we do the setups, what we have to understand, I'll be covering everything. So this is about course curriculum. Still, I'll be adding a few additional things which you may not see in the course curriculum, which are important. I'll be adding. So this is all about the course curriculum which you are going to handle. We done with the discussions. If you have any questions, you can stay back or else you can proceed. Okay, thank you all. Have a good day and good night. Any questions from anyone, please? Any sort of questions?
Yeah, hello. I have a question. This is Simit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we discussed that I wanted to give the online exam for GL. There, the budgeting and reporting and all that is there. So are you covering those parts as well, or?
Yeah, budget. When I talk about budget, what we handle, we have a like Hyperion planning and budgeting. That is separate thing. But as a part of GL, however, you have a budget in the EBS GL, the similar budget concept we have in the Fusion that I'll be covering. Yes, reporting also. HFR, Hyperion Financial Reporting, or we call as FRS, Financial Reporting Studio, Smart View. Yes, those will be covering as a part of GL. And BA reporting and Hyperion OTBA reporting is there for all the applications. Yes, that also will be covering in the classes. Whatever the reporting options we have in the Fusion, we'll be covering those.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yeah, please.
I have one question. So, do we get access to instance?
Yes.
Like a vision. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will be doing the same when you
yes.
do the setups. We will be also doing the same time.
Yeah, you can, because the instance what I'm going to use, what I'm going to share with you will be different.
Okay.
So you can same replicate as it is also. Of course, you can change the simply name, and that's how you can do in the same instance also. Yes, I'll provide you the instance and you can replicate each and everything. I'll be sharing the video also. See, today once I complete this session, I'll be converting this video and I'll be sharing with everyone. So once you subscribe this course, we'll place the videos in the Google Drive and we'll give the drive access so that you can download those videos into your system. And
okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions, please?
Hello, LAXMAN.
Yeah.
The integration game. So you were talking about the technical guy needs to know SOA, right? So do you, I know you are not covering the technical, but do you guide us?
Yeah, sure. Let me talk on that point. If somebody wants to work on Fusion applications as a technical consultant, so they have to learn primarily SOA. The reason is it could be SaaS or PaaS implementation, any implementation. Definitely you can find integrations with third-party applications. You have to learn SOA, that's it. So along with the SOA, you have to learn BA reporting. So in any subscription, it could be SaaS or PaaS, BA reporting, we have to create the custom BA reports. Nowadays the functional people also able to work on the BA reporting. If you know SQL language, yes, simply you can go and prepare the reports. Anyway, in our classes also, I'll take you through how to create the basic reports and by making you to understand how to deal with that. And OTBA is purely functional. That is based on the subject areas. For that, you don't need to do it. So apart from this, very primarily SOVA and this BA. Apart from that, still, if you are interested, if you think you will get a chance of working on PaaS-based implementations, you have to learn ADF. Okay, ADF, and Oracle is providing this BPM, Business Process Management. It's quite good enough for any client requirements. You don't need to do customization. Still, if you think that may be useful for you, you can learn the language called as BPL, Business Process Execution Language. So with the help of that BPL, you'll be able to do that BPM related customizations. Like workflow developer, you can act. In EBS, we have workflow developer who can develop the workflow process and all. The same way, the BPM, whatever the workflows we have, those you can develop or manage or modify with the language called as BPL. That's what you have to learn, nothing else. And one more point, frankly speaking, the guys who has good amount of experience on EBS technical, those made a plan of moving as a technical cloud technical consultants, and they are again back to cloud functional. The reason is there was no enough work at all. You know, if you take traditional EBS implementation projects, say 10 projects you have, in the worst case also for every project you need minimum one technical consultant. Depending on technical work, you may take 2-3 consultants also, but minimum one consultant is required. 10 projects means minimum 10, hardly you can expect 15-16 consultants for 10 projects. If you take the same example in case of cloud, for 10 implementations, cloud implementations, 2 resources can help, or max 3. Okay, they can manage because there is no that much demand, work demand for technical people to do the customization. Most of the people are SaaS clients. So hardly, so SOVA related consultants they need, and BA part nowadays, functional people also handling by learning how to create the BA reports. Only technical consultants required just for integration purpose. If at all, if it is a PaaS project, ADF pages, other than that, there is no demand for technical resource in any cloud projects. I could see most of the technical guys are learning functional nowadays, including DBS. Now DBA no scope. If they can work with the Oracle, only that is the option. How many people can work with Oracle as a DBS? Less chance. Even DBA guys are also completely moving functional side. So that's what you can see in that sort of migration you can see in the market. Somebody yes, they can learn, but whatever you are expecting, you may not see by learning. But if you are learning functional, along with that, if you want to learn technical, yes, that would be added advantage. When you are working as a finance or SCM consultant, as a functional consultant, if there is any need of integration, simply you can handle. So your team, your project, no need to depend on other resource or the technical object. That's how it sounds good.
Lakshman, I have a question regarding
please
after the course.
With your question directly, please.
Yeah, after the course, or what will the duration of the instance available to us?
We'll provide by default 3 months. If you require, we can extend to 2 more months. No issues, if required.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't worry about instance access. Okay, we can extend it. Okay, not an issue.
Need more than 5 months we get that.
You know, sorry, I think somebody is unmuted, so there is some noise. 1 second.
More than 5 months.
1 second. Now you can unmute and you can speak out.
No, Lakshman, if you need the access more.
Yeah, if you need access.
No, I mean to say we may.
We'll provide max 6 months then. Okay. More than that, no.
Okay, I mean, you can take. I mean, the only thing is we not end up getting the chance to work immediately after we complete, and we don't access. You may lose whatever you learn.
Yeah.
So to keep in touch.
That is only the reason. Ideally, we provide for 3 months only. By understanding that point, also we are extending for 2 more months if required, 3 more months. No issues. We'll do that. Okay. Still, any concerns we'll connect. We'll discuss. No issues.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Next one. So,
Yeah, Raghav.
Sorry.
say we attend this class today.
Yeah.
Say 1 month or whatever, 2 months. Say after 5-6 months, then we are out.
Your voice is breaking.
As rightly said, if you have to connect again after 6 months, we can join the course again, right? And refresh ourselves.
Within 1 year duration, you can join once again, no issues.
Okay. And another question is, you said Fusion Cloud and Fusion Normal Fusion. So which customer goes for Normal Fusion and who goes for Fusion Cloud? And what is the percentage?
No, simple. The same points we discussed. See, who don't want to maintain their own servers, who don't want to deploy the DB and other technical guys to manage everything, who don't want to take a risk, those clients always goes with the cloud. Okay. So that is a simple point. This is a simple solution, that's it. Who needs solution simple, they'll go with the cloud. Who needs some difficult solutions, they may go with it, but because of some concerns, data security, etc. But Oracle is taking care of everything. But still, some people don't listen. Even you or me are going to say something good, right? So that remains same. Their own decision.
And another very, very important question is, say today, as on today, majority of the Oracle guys are working on support. Implementation happens 6 months, 1 year, and thereafter the support goes forever. That is where.
So definitely you find always most of the resource on support side, less on implementation, new implementations. People require.
Now that SaaS is coming, SaaS where there's no customization or very minimal customization, and if that is a area we are there, so after 3 months of implementation, I think the scope is not going to be as good as R12. That is the
I got your point. See, you no need to say just 3 months. Nowadays, any cloud implementation also on an average, you could see small and mid-sized clients are taking 6 months. It's a big clients in the sense it's taking years time since we have to go phase by phase or country by country implementations. Only the difference you could see between EBS and the cloud projects. In EBS, definitely we need for the ongoing maintenance activities, we need a technical resource also along with the functional. When you take example of functional, people say implementation duration is 1 year. From day 1 to the last day, the technical functional resource are required in the project to work, to deliver the solution. When we talk about technical resource, they may come in between, right? Just at the time of conversion, they may come and work for 2 or 3 months. Again, they may not required in the project until unless we have issue. But functional people presence is required all the time in the project. That remains same in the cloud also. But technical people, since there are no customizations and all, one time if they connect, integrate with one resource, you can manage multiple cloud projects with respect to technical related issues or etc. So functional people are not going to lose any jobs. In terms of implementation, the duration is going to be reduced. No need to think we are going to lose the jobs. And again, support, definitely we need functional people. Wherever we need 4 resource, in case of cloud, maybe 3 resource. The little bit number can be reduced, but there is no big impact. If you are good enough with the subject, always will be in the demand, no doubt in that. Done.
But Lakshman, between you and me, if you see that support comes where most of the 80% of the issues are related to kind of after effects of customization or requirement of a customer.
I understand your point. Yes, I understand that point. Yes, that is true. That is true. Because of that, if we need 4 resources in EBS, in case of cloud, maybe we need 3 resources. Again, whatever the number we are going to reduce, primarily technical people, more or less functional also, some percentage. But we no need to worry about in terms of working as a functional resource on the cloud project. There won't be that much impact. So we can get our job, no doubt. Okay, the analysis and all, let it be. Okay, we no need to worry about it. We can think and understand. We discuss relevant points on that. We can understand. So that let it be. We don't need to worry about the how overall thing is going to be. Any other questions, please?
Okay, just last question from me.
Last question.
Yeah.
My follow-up question.
Raghav, your voice
Since
is breaking.
R12 still,
Sorry.
yeah, R12 is still there.
Yes. I mean, you're asking that question?
Oracle is still R12 is still Oracle is still asking is still implementing R12.
Yes.
Would you suggest do an R12 course or AP or supply chain or finance or cloud? What is your taking holistic? I should go for.
It's very simple. Most of the people
So
who do this course is who knows EBS or who has experience on EBS, at least knowledge or experience. So tomorrow, if you are going to, if somebody is trying with 2 years, 3 years of experience, if they says, I have a 3 years of experience on cloud, let it be. I'm not talking about the more detailed level. So somebody is saying whether they have experience or not secondary. Say somebody is saying 2 years, 3 years experience on cloud, the company will hire them. But less chances if they say only they have a cloud. If somebody is going to say, I have overall 6 years of experience, out of 6, 3 years on EBS, 3 years on cloud, that's a very good combination for the companies who are going to hire the people. They'll take the person, if they have cloud project, they'll place on the cloud project. Once that is done, they can move easily into EBS projects. That's how they can switch the resource from EBS to cloud, cloud to EBS if there is such kind of need. If they are going to hire the person who knows only cloud, they can assign the person to only cloud project. That may be possible, may not be possible all the time. That is the reason the companies prefer the candidates who has the skill set of EBS and cloud. But still, if you have only cloud knowledge or experience, in that case also there are openings, but not very good openings, less openings we have in the market. That's it.
Okay,
Hello,
hello.
Lakshman.
Yeah, Surender, please.
I have one question. Like currently working in EBS, okay, and we are doing some technical part also, like exporting the data from the cloud or these things, okay. So in the cloud, if we want to know that there is any changes in the tables, or like we need to learn again for the technical things in the cloud, because the basic things, not the expert, like the exporting the data and as per the requirement of the user.
Yes, yes. It's a very simple job. It's a very simple job. Oracle is providing one link. You can go to each and every application. There they are giving the complete information. I'll show you once we get into the process. When you're doing that process, I'll take you through that. Finance, no changes. So other applications, they're taken from the different other ERP products. Accordingly, the tables are different only. But finance point of view, no changes. As it is, you could see the table.
Okay. So no need to go on like the separate training for the technical,
No,
like.
not required. Not required to understand those points. Not required.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, just the question from me. What time generally we start and what time we finish, like regular timings?
Yeah, what we'll do is basically we start the session at 8 o'clock. We'll run up to 9:30. This will do for maybe 1 month. After 1 month, we'll prepone the sessions to 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 6 o'clock. Now we are starting at 8, right? After 1 month, we'll prepone to, and that means 50% of course will complete by the time. Then we'll prepone to early 6. So that's how we'll close remaining part.
Okay. Thank you.
Is there a reason to prepone, Lakshman? Because that would affect our timing. So is there a reason?
Yeah, there are some reasons. The thing is, like the people who are from India, the 8 and the closing 9:30, it impacts their office timings, and again that impacts the guys from the US and other zones. So to just neutralize the the timings of we are running for half of the month, 1 month, and the remaining we are running, so it would be some, I mean, 50-50 flexible time at least.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, please? Sorry, I placed on mute. Any questions, please?
Lakshman, so how about tomorrow's session? Only is the subscription based, or how about the next plan?
No, it's the same.
It's
a first session. It's a first session. We'll have a second session tomorrow. So same time. It's not like today demo and after some break we'll be continuing with the classes. No, not a such kind of practice. Today's first session. Tomorrow is second session. The guys who are interested, they can join tomorrow.
Okay. But actual classes starts from Monday.
No, actual class you can treat as today. It's all about the same, because we are not marking something is actual class. It's some draft mode, etc. So from first session onwards, you need information what we are discussing. You have to understand. So
yeah,
just
no.
That's it.
All that I want to know is like how many free demo sessions are there, so that we need to start because it's already one for me. I don't know tomorrow.
Who need free demo sessions, they'll be they'll be looking for that. Who want to do the course, they'll be there. That's the two different tracks. Let them attend who need demo classes. I don't have objection. Okay.
Oh no, no, because I want to only today is the demo class. Then I thought of discussing the fee structure because it's already one for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Here, see, simple. We see if somebody is interested for this course, what our team will do is they used to share 5 to 6 videos from the previous batch. Really, if they want to see and test, if they want to understand how things are going, yes, they can look into those videos. They can understand. Okay. Again, we don't need to wait and see, okay, tomorrow how it class session is going to be, day after tomorrow how it would be, when I should take the decision, what decision I have to take. For that, we don't need to worry about it. If somebody wants to know how the classes, so we have a previous batch videos also, 5-6 sessions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can share. They can go through and they can take the decision. That is also another option. Otherwise, yes, no issues. If somebody want to attend few classes, we don't have any issues. So who are going to subscribe, they'll be attending the entire course. Or else who are coming here to attend the demo only, no issues. They are welcome then. Yeah.
Appreciate. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Fine. Any other questions, please?
It's very hard for me to put your questions based on the strength of the class. So,
Venkat, your voice is low.
Can you hear me?
Now it's fine.
Okay. My first question is like, what will be the maximum attendees? I mean, what's a class size that we are expecting every day?
That's it. That won't impact the participants. Okay. The point is, first of all, I'll try to give you the complete information what everyone should understand. That is the reason you don't find too much of questions. Of course, if somebody is asking number of participants, means whether we'll get time to ask the questions, how things are going to be managed. That is only the point I can understand. But so very initial classes only, everybody will have some interest to ask the question since everything is new for them. So going forward, you'll find very minimal size of the number of questions only. You don't need to worry about it. So same as other batches only, this batch strength is going to be. But you don't need to worry about it. You'll get time to ask your questions. Okay. Or else I can take the questions in the beginning of the class or end of the class. That's how we can manage. But I'll take all your questions, I'll answer. No worries about that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
My question regarding this PaaS and SaaS, I was trying to ask this question in the beginning.
Yeah, please.
I couldn't get all of you.
Voice is very low. I'm really sorry to say this every time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, please.
So the PaaS we can customize.
Venkat, same.
We need it.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's wrong in the line. I'm not able to hear you.
Can you hear me?
That voice is breaking.
Okay, let me
Now it's fine.
reach
Go
you
ahead. Go ahead.
in person.
Now it's fine.
Okay. So my question regarding PaaS implementation, right? So you said the PaaS, if we subscribe for PaaS, we can customize heavily or whatever way we want.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
Requirement, right?
Correct.
So in that case, so the technical team will be deployed, right, in our site, and so, but you're saying that the Oracle Fusion, right? They will keep on releasing the versions.
Venkat, the same. Okay, the line is not clear. Okay, I'm not sure. Sometimes okay, the voice is okay. Sometimes it's going very low. Sometimes it's breaking. So there is some line issue. I think. Right?
Like I have the similar sort of question.
Yeah, you know, you
So,
can ask me.
when we go for PaaS, I mean, here I'm actually based in US, but here the major clients are like I work for one of the major client,
Okay.
so they get mostly into PaaS right now. So our course is morely based of the SaaS related only, right?
Vinod. There is no difference in between SaaS and PaaS in terms of learning. Only the
No.
flexibility is the PaaS.
My question is
the customizations. Who will do the customization? Technical guy who knows ADF.
Yeah. I'm coming exactly there only. So I'm kind of a more technical, functional kind of thing. So
that part, because if you are going to access to the environment called as PaaS, if you are going to see something different or new, you have to worry about it.
Okay.
So other than connecting to the development environment, nothing is new. What you do in SaaS, the same you will do in the PaaS, being a finance consultant or any other functional consultant. No difference.
Oh no. I'm just asking, are you providing any other, not this functional financial course or like technical financial side, like developing a new page or customization?
One point we know. Normally, when you talk about technical, we don't find the technical people for finance SEM. That is just common task which can, if they know how to develop the ADF page, they can develop for finance, SEM, HCM for anything, right?
Basically, you're covering anything such sort of thing in your ERP training. ERP, the ADF training, you can think of ADF or SOA.
No, we don't have ADF training because there is no demand in the market. That is the reason we not yet introduced.
Oh, okay. That's what.
Yeah.
Just want to have a overview because I don't have any knowledge on ADF. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Fine. If no questions, we can wind up for today. We connect tomorrow.
Last question, Lakshman. Last question.
Please.
See, I have a few friends who own companies and who do staffing and project implementations. I was talking about 4 or 5 days back to them, and we discussed cloud has come into picture, Oracle Cloud, and he was, they were of the opinion that cloud, Oracle is facing kind of lot of challenges, and it's something which is not, really doing great. Since I being in.
Rago, one second. That may be their opinion, but not fact. Okay, let it be. If you have any question related to this, let's talk on that. Ignore it. There are many things to discuss if we start talking on that. That may be their opinion, but not fact. Okay, if that is true, I don't see this much number of participants in the today's session or my previous batches. That's it. Okay. Fine, let it be. Let them talk on that. I know because I'm working. I know. Okay. Fine, no issues. Any questions from others, please? If no questions, we'll wind up for today. Done.
Thanks, Lakshman. We are dropped.
Yeah. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you, Lakshman.
Good day. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you all.